was a man who never took life too seriously. He had a good job, a cozy apartment, and friends who liked his easygoing attitude. But Tom had a habit: he loved making fun of others. If someone messed up at work, he'd laugh. If someone tripped on the sidewalk, he'd make a joke. He always said he was just having fun. People need to lighten up, he'd say. One evening, he was out with his friend, Jake. They sat on a bench by the park, watching people rush home after work. A man in a faded jacket walked by, carrying a bag that looked too heavy for him. The man tripped and his groceries spilled everywhere, apples rolling on the pavement. A loaf of bread squashed under a passerby's shoe. Tom snorted. "Look at that guy," he said. "Can't even carry his own groceries." Jake didn't laugh, he helped. The man gathered his things while Tom sat back, shaking his head. A week later, Tom's company announced layoffs. Business had slowed down, and they needed to cut costs. Tom wasn't worried. He was good at his job and his boss liked him. But when the list came out, his name was on it. He couldn't believe it. Suddenly, he was unemployed. The rent was due, savings dwindling. He sold his car to make ends meet. He applied for jobs everywhere, but no one was hiring. One evening, walking back from a job interview, Tom bought some cheap groceries with the little cash he had left. The bag was heavy, too heavy. Halfway home, the bottom gave out and his food tumbled onto the dirty sidewalk. He tried to pick up the scattered cans and bruised fruit, but a couple walked by, snickering. One of them pointed and whispered, "What a mess." Tom froze. The words cut deeper than he'd thought they could. He remembered the man from the park, the one he'd laughed at. It wasn't funny anymore. As he knelt there, Jake appeared. He hadn't seen him in weeks. Without a word, Jake knelt too, helping him collect the food. When they were done, Jake gave him a small smile. "You okay?" Jake asked. Tom nodded, feeling a knot in his throat. "Remember that guy at the park?" Jake said quietly. "The one you laughed at." Tom didn't answer. He didn't need to. Life had turned around fast. One moment he was comfortable, the next he was on his knees, picking up groceries off the street, just like that man. He realized how easy it was to judge when life was easy and how cruel it felt when the tables turned. From that day on, Tom kept his jokes to himself. He stopped laughing at others' struggles. He knew now that situations could change and no one was immune to hard times. He learned the hard way that what seemed laughable one day could be his reality the next. Sometimes, life teaches you the lesson you refuse to learn.